De retour, je suis désolé, mais j'ai eu besoin d'une pause. Là, j'étais en train de. Ceux qui suivent mes différentes chaînes, vous savez que l'année 2024 a été particulièrement chargée. Et là, j'ai poussé le curseur un peu loin. Il a vraiment fallu que je me repose. Donc voilà. Mais là, je vais revenir peu à peu. Et puis 2025, on va reprendre correctement. Donc voilà. Ouais, c'est. Ok, et donc ce soir, je vous emmène visiter un jeu que j'ai eu sur Amazon Prime et qui a l'air super sympa. Donc j'ai envie de tester ça, donc je vous emmène, on va découvrir ça ensemble. Et puis voilou voilou. Ouais, pour l'instant, c'est pas le. Allez. Ouais, bon, c'est bien. Hein. Alors je ne connais pas le jeu, je connais pas l'univers. On va faire story. Ah. Bon, c'est là en anglais. Je sais pas si je peux le mettre en français. On va voir ça après. Ça a l'air d'un petit mélange de pas mal de trucs auxquels on a déjà joué. Je pense qu'il nous réserve de bonnes surprises ce jeu.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists will have to drift out here forever just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
D'accord. Je suis pas censé avoir une image de mon perso. On va mettre un de chaque. On va en mettre un de chaque. Hein. On verra bien.
Blunt force trauma specialist. I might have a job for you. Good. I need someone with an instinct for self-preservation.
Alors j'y connais rien, hein, donc.
something about this lump in my neck.
Ah, ça y est. Oui, bon, là, pourquoi pas une fille? Peu importe. Bro, c'est quoi, bro? Je vois pas ce que c'est, bro. Jo, c'est quoi, Jo? Ouais. Ouais, le nez va peut-être falloir faire quelque chose. Ouais, on peut jouer avec la... Et putain, c'est pas mal. Ok. Chic, c'est quoi chic? Ah ouais, ok. R. Ça va se trouver des cheveux quand même. C'est peut-être un signe ça quand même. Ah, on va se faire une rasta. Allez, soyons fous. Air color. Ah ouais, on peut se mettre de la barbe. Bon, non, en fait, c'est pas ouf. C'est assez complet quand même la création de personnages. Hein. Putain. Oh, il met des taches de rousseur. Allez. Ah ouais, on peut faire mamie aussi. Ouais, bah, on va la rajeunir un peu. Hein. Ouais. On va rester dans les classiques. Ah.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
En tous les cas, c'est joli. Regardez quand même si on peut pas faire quelque chose pour le langage. Parce que bon, moi ça va, je comprends, mais...
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes. Not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see. Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies, saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. It'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Harry qui marche dans son truc. Bon.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Ah, ça commence bien, faut avancer avec W. Horrible. Ils sont bizarrement branlés les menus. Graphique, au contrôle. Ok. Binding. Compagnon, il est où? Compagnon. On va lui mettre W, lui, puis voilà. Tactical time. Ok. Tactical time. Hop. Ça va le faire, hein. c'est super beau. Putain. Ah oui, d'accord. Donc moi, je suis sorti de là. Pas des trucs à ramasser, là, tant qu'on y est. On peut pas ramasser des plantes, des trucs. C'est super beau. D'accord. Ok. Timide canide, ok. D'accord.
Hey, you, come here.
On peut pas régler la langue au fait? Ah, le langage peut être changé que... Ah merde, c'est con. Ouais, on va rajouter les sous-titres aussi là.
You've tried the best now. Try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, well, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange for my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder up in the hills. Thought I could. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here. I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Je vais le persuader.
Okay. You look like you know your way around the gun. Got some spare ammo. Not counting the bullet inside. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest.
D'accord.
Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
C'est gentil. Ah oui, ça c'est une bonne question ça.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. The east place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by our provisioners for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Ok, ça marche. Ok. Ok, ça je peux pas l'ouvrir. Ok. Ok. Oh putain, il est juste là.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Call on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You out of your mind? No way. Once we've dealt with these marauders, I'm hunting that sick freak down. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Oh merde. Ah oui, je l'ai un peu déchiqueté.
Plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Intruders are not authorized to access the unreliable...
Encore. Oh là là.
Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value. Marauder, please be informed this ship does not possess a working power regulator for you to steal. Please be advised that using the re-specification machine will not make you a better person. Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder. All doors are on security lockdown. Nice try, Marauder.
Ok.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jetstream procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Prepare to reject all formed parties in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Je crois que j'ai fait une connerie là.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Ah bah oui, du coup.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Ok. Elle va me faire chier avec son Captain Anton. Je le sens.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. I'll waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down in Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Ok. Bon bah faut aller en ville. À Edge City là. C'est quoi là-bas? Edgewater. Ouais, j'allais pas être shitty, mais on se comprend quoi.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Barbershop.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Ok. Cantine. Dum, dou, 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 dou.
The grease.
On peut peut-être régler le son aussi, c'est pas mal ça. La musique.
Seems we've got a guest. Maybe we should smoke it out. I do apologize. I was giving you a forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you with gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, outpost in Pittsburgh. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors, the honorable apparel of a loyal worker.
Only regulators are guys. Some jobs need my ability to be keen on this matter.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all of that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power shut down, grab their regulator and be along your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally entitled, but there are people who... The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide, and tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could become useful. I mean, it's Mr. Thompson.
I hesitate about ways, myself, but I cannot deny that she is and may prove useful. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter. I am trusting you with mine, trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you.
Great. I've got wrenches, masticators, and weapon, engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask you, sir.
D'accord, j'ai gagné un compagnon, Parvati. Ouais.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tell them me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view. Counted it's his job and all, but that's not the only assignment. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. Does its job qualified. If it speaks or stutters, it's replaced. Deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before I left. Life's hard here, especially for them. One big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take the other power. They'll have no lights to see, no heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. How about if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright? Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And
Non, salut Greg, comment ça va?
something we ain't. We used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help.
Ouais, bonne fête à toi aussi.
That's all.
Le son du jeu est très faible. Ah bon? Attends, moi je l'ai peut-être trop baissé. J'avais peur que ça couvre ma voix, du coup j'ai un petit peu baissé fort. Est-ce que c'est mieux là?
Thanks, man. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Bon attends, on va aller voir...
Sorry, just
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? Cider. Fantastic.
Ouais. Putain. Les voix, je les ai laissées à 100% pourtant. On va remettre à 100%. Parce que 20%, ça fait vraiment une grosse différence.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Remind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Ah merde, j'ai pas écouté ce qu'il a dit.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine.
Ouais, je peux pas faire mieux, j'ai mis à fond.
What is Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Ouais. Je suis près d'une autoroute. Non. Non, ouais, il y a une route devant chez moi, mais... Parce qu'on entend beaucoup les voitures.
That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Ouais, pourtant, c'est long.
They rejected the order of society and moved beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the floor. If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you.
Oh, ça cause beaucoup, hein.
Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
On peut pas le mettre en jeu, faut le relancer. Je vais le relancer après. Mais... C'est-à-dire qu'il me saoule, surtout il me raconte des trucs pas intéressants. C'est quand même pas passionnant ce qu'il raconte. D'accord, des souhaits. Je vais essayer de le mettre en français. Bouge pauf. Moi ça me gênait pas trop, mais c'est vrai que pour les gens c'est peut-être chiant. Tut, tut, tut. Oui, il est là. Ah ouais, on va être un peu mieux, hein. Effectivement, il y a quand même plus de trucs en français. Ok. Ouais, c'est un petit côté, c'est un petit mélange de Fallout, Borderland. Enfin, je sais pas. Je saurais pas trop dire en fait, mais on sent que c'est pas des idées
When
toutes
I was
neuves
little,
quoi.
we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love living here.
Faut que j'aille où maintenant? Un truc qui grouille là. C'est quoi? Je sais pas, j'entends des bruits de trucs qui grouillent. Ouais, j'aurais peut-être pas dû sortir par cette entrée là, enfin cette sortie là, mais bon, c'est pas grave. Comme ça on visite.
Don't mess with us.
Ok. D'accord, je peux leur ordonner d'attaquer. Je sais pas si ça sert à quelque chose les compagnons là-dedans. Souvent dans les jeux ils servent à rien. On va bien voir. Ouais. Pas mal ça. Non, j'ai pas d'autres trucs à mettre. Non, j'ai pas 2 points à mettre.
Here we go.
Ah ouais, c'est vrai que je pourrais ça. Ah la mini pique, tiens, c'est bien ça. Ouais.
Incoming!
Bon, on va l'essayer.
Nice one!
Ouais, c'est marrant, mais on est mieux à shooter. Contre qui tu te bats encore? Ah oui, d'accord.
Easy.
Ok. Ah.
Here they come! Down they go! We made it!
Au niveau munitions, on est pas mal. Hein. Je connais pas trop la limite de mon inventaire. On verra bien quand il me dira que c'est plein. Il dit peut-être ça. D'accord. Ok. Why not? Botanical Lab.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Salut Benji, comment ça va? Bah il va bien, il teste un petit jeu là qui est gratuit sur Prime Gaming, si jamais ça t'intéresse. Vraiment sympa.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Ah ouais, t'as un problème avec les gens qui passent devant toi en fait quoi. Voilà. Ah bah c'est ça.
Wanna try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next Marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if Marauders got to her.
Ah c'est sympa hein. The Outer World. Enfin, je pense qu'on le dit comme ça, mais enfin c'est dans le titre du live. Et franchement c'est sympa, c'est un petit mélange de Fallout et franchement je sais pas pourquoi je dis Fallout, mais il a un truc, ce jeu. On dirait qu'il est inspiré de plein d'autres jeux.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check a room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
La 1 elle fait vraiment foutage de gueule quoi. Je me suis fait agresser en me disant bonjour. Ah et je l'attends quand même, j'aime bien.
She's still one of our own.
Ah ouais bon, je m'attendais à mieux, dommage.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why Marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. No useful skill as far as I can tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Ah bah oui c'est sûr hein.
What is it?
Bon allez, oui, t'as raison, je vous laisse, tu me saoules. Alors. Ouais, on va peut-être éviter de leur piquer des trucs.
So pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcome here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that among other things. Green thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long?
Ah, il y a plein de jeux hein, gratuits là, en ce moment sur Prime Gaming. N'hésite pas à aller voir.
In an old spittoon.
Il y a un jeu Star Wars aussi, Mandalorian, là, c'est pas qui me tente bien. Il y a pas mal de trucs sympas là.
Reed Thompson. You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace then?
Ouais, on va la jouer diplomate. Hein.
Only thing Reed
L'ultimatum, c'est pas ouf quoi.
like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is can. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Ouais, moi aussi je me demande.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. You've been recruiting the entire time from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Ah, le premier choix cornélien.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Ouais, va falloir faire le tour, hein, je pense. J'arrive pas trop si tu veux ma barre d'endurance pour savoir quand est-ce que je m'arrête de courir ou pas. Elle est où? Pas l'air d'être la barre violette.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Bon, c'est pas ça déjà. Je vais me faire des amis, moi j'arrive, je pète tout. Comment on ouvre ce truc? Personne au guichet non plus. Voilà, ça vaut le coup de mettre des barrières électriques partout. Non mais sérieux.
Here they come! Get past that armor!
Ouais, elle a l'air bien son arme de mêlée à elle. Je veux la même, hein. Putain, soigne-toi.
System. Investigating.
No!
Non, en vrai. On a retrouvé un. Bon, admettons. Putain, et là, par contre, la quantité de...
The control room should be off to the right.
Ah, c'est ça qu'il y a là, quoi. Le marteau. Ouais, bah, je suis pas prêt d'avoir du stuff, hein.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
Non.
Expected.
Watch out! That's smart.
Ok. Donc, on est clairement sur des armes de mêlée pour les robots, hein.
Here they come!
Oh putain de sa mère.
Nice one!
Ah, couché.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Ah, merde. pense que c'est qu'un Octos, mais il y a des cartouches.
Just two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Ok, il y a plein de portes que je peux pas déverrouiller.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Here they come! Nice hit! Nice one! That's the last of them! Where to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Vale?
Wow. Oh putain, il y a du monde.
Incoming! Incoming! Your armor's too strong! Hit it with something else! The last. I'm not sure what it is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year. Corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be part of the situation? Sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Alors c'est là que je me fais des ennemis quoi. Putain j'ai froid hein. J'ai une couverture. Ah, il pèle hein. On se croit en hiver, merde. On n'est plus habitué. Ah, puis je vais me faire un thé aussi, ça m'a réchauffé. Allez, en mode inuit. Hop, on construit un igloo, ça va être bien. Un igloo, un igloo. Batman. Ah. Un trio, ça y est, est officiellement passé en mode hiver là. Soyons vieux. Je sais pas. Franchement, j'hésite. Hein. Mais moi, j'aime bien les indépendantistes. Vive la Bretagne libre, ouais. Et je pète les plombs. Vous feriez quoi, vous? D'un autre côté, si je veux mon moteur... Ah, et puis 2, c'est un chiffre qui me parle. De charger que des prétextes de merde. Allez hop.
Can't stop thinking of Ridgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright when they got power, but what about the town? All those people. That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting mechanical computers. The contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when it was born, it's up here. I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time. Hers.
Ah, les déserteurs, ils sont forts en agriculture. Pour moi, c'est l'avenir hein, d'avoir à bouffer. On verra après pour faire des iPods. Hein. Des iPads, des aillés fines herbes. Bon alors ma mission, si je l'accepte, ça va être de pas prendre feu, parce que c'est la couverture de ma femme. Bon, si jamais je prends feu, elle va me buter. Je me ferai buter en live bien sûr, mais parce que je sais que vous aimez bien me voir souffrir, mais... Et puis qu'il faut des témoins. Tout simplement.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine and it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one that ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Peut-être que là on peut l'éteindre. Non, on peut pas. Un point de compétence. Ouh, alors. crois que je vais pas m'être fait des copains, moi. Je sais pas ce que c'est que ces trucs blancs là. Ce qu'il pose.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wanted it done. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do that? That power regulator is company property. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down. Some of us will die of illness. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation. Whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Oh putain,
We got this.
c'était vivant. Oh putain.
We did it. Ah, ah.
Quoi, tu tires sur quoi?
Let's end this quick. Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive one? Oh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, going to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last overseas without power. That don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had a choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Ouais, midinette à mort. Alors, elle était très drôle. Pourquoi ça sert ce truc? Alors.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders. systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I'm prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight.
Un imposteur, c'est le nom du vaisseau? Ok.
Request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hail and hearty, captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ending. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Yes, Captain. Initiating travel sequence to the Groundbreaker.
Quoi?
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Et où Gladys?
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Got a sec? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named June May Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans, she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Bah, de toute façon, j'en ai qu'un. Sélectionner jusqu'à 2. Ouais, je sais pas.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, my clown.
Il a recherché.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts. Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be compounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. It shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, they must have riled up someone important. Not gonna lie, we're in a pickle. But Udom's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to accords if you play your cards right. Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might not be in this pickle for long. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of sand cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated. Or anything else I can help you with. Fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really,
Ah, les autos, c'est de la monnaie, ok. Ben voilà, on le sait maintenant.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. You push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business. Sure thing. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board, that is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. All right. Be seeing you.
C'est mon vaisseau ça? Non? Ouais, bon, ça doit être lui.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers.
Ringo's Purple Berry Crunch with sugar gel flakes and purple berry flavored sour nuggets. Now with 12%.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? A truly miserable fever dream am I trapped? dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? It must have been lost with Alex then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die? You're quite right, of course. Best not to pry into such dismal things. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well, it's just terrible news. Oh, what am I going to do now? Lord will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine, really. It's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Be my guest.
Lord, it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that. Luxury stateroom reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of missing terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. sequence. These unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
Ouais, ils vendent du tabac, quoi. Non, rien à voir avec de la cuisine. C'est bien robot, ça.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises and some armor. Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Bah, je suis toujours aussi fauché. Hein.
Itching to whack someone over the head? We can help with that.
you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terror fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen? Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Ouais.
CNC force pocket can be microwaved in 2.
I'm not anywhere, you hear?
This is Halcyon News. You are advertisement for the following.
Bless my heart.
Ah si, si, une femme.
Stranger knocking on the poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason?
La coupe, je l'ai pris pour un homme.
Tell you how good my sugar cookies are. Made without a single natural ingredient or another. Just like store. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. My Peters could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. Is it that wrong? Might want to acquaint yourself with Julie Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fighting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Ouais. Bon, on va aller voir Jelly machin truc là.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
This is Halcyon News.
What the hell's going on? We were in a holding pattern for 2 hours just to get in. Mom's in. I know she's in there in Peru.
CNP Borsworth. It's not the worst unless it's Borsworth.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer is just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Mona. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate threats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once you've obtained parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt you.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this.
I know she's in there.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. What do you want then? My hard-earned wisdom? Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junley's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Oui, non, c'est les chiottes. Non, allez, je me fais avoir à chaque fois.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. It's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious? You're giving me a shot? All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang. Yeah, it's a second draft. Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion. Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. Motto is a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together. What do you think? Am I in? The fun kind? I mean, what else do you do when you got a ship of your own? Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
D'accord.
Well, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever?
D'accord.
Purple berry fudge. Salt, flour, and shell aromas.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising for the following. Because you when you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me? Yes, dearie? Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was. Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Anytime, sweetheart.
Putain, c'est chiant, les marqueurs, ça fonctionne pas des masses. Hein. D'accord, ok. C'est bon, j'ai compris comment ça marche. Alors.
I know she's in there, Mburu. C&P chicken and potatoes.
In the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
Par où on rentre dans ce truc. Voilà. Ouais, mais c'est de la boucherie là-dedans. Ah.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Putain. Que des armes en carton, attends, faut que... J'ai un fusil d'assaut et peut-être arriver à l'utiliser à un moment. Hop. Hop. Bon, le canon électrique, c'est pas ouf. Hein. On lui collait des pruneaux. Oh là. Je sais plus comment on soigne. Comment on soigne déjà? Oh putain! Je me souviens plus comment on soigne, bordel! On me l'a dit tout à l'heure. Bordel de merde. Un gamin qui pète une crise devant chez moi, là. Quelle horreur.
seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. The grid tends to incinerate anyone who comes by. I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of the main. Take the elevator down into the machinery shop. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight manticore infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Through to sell you our premium meds. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the groundbreak. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udon Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters. You've got my attention.
Hey, you the one who fixed those radiators? Nice work. You really saved our buns. Whenever you're free, let's have a chat. You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time. Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon. Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station. We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance. Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief. I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time. Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh? The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon system, so they tend to receive the majority of any transmissions from Earth. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through. It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them.
C&D Borston Baked Beans. When you need to eat
I'm not going anywhere here.
Rizzo's knock you out wrong. A CCN 76 milk chocolate with caramel and deep green onions. Time for a KYL.
You see we had a conveyor pull in?
Bon allez, on fait ça, puis après, on va arrêter pour ce soir.
It's a touch different from the ones I've seen. Shouldn't be so hard to get it patched up, though.
Wonder if it's empty.
Oh merde. Oh putain. Oh putain. C'était des mines. J'aurais dû m'en douter. Bon, alors, bon.
Who's living in a relay station all the way out here?
Captain, this place is supposed to be empty, yeah? 'Cause I got the clearest feeling.
Get past that armor!
Got them all. I'm ready for this. Can't get past that armor.
Bah ça, vous avez réussi à passer.
Here we go.
It's working, boss. We're getting through.
Get past that armor.
Looks like we're doing this.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these? Make yourself at home, Captain.
Ah oui, je me disais aussi.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker. Please avoid damaging yourself or...
Hey, that pad though.
Ah, les grandes stations. Bordel.
Are you listening to me, Emperor?
Those XF.
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust everything went smoothly. Thanks. That's odd. The only messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted. Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization for you from Chief Junlei. Try not to spend it all in one place.
Was a time I wanted to be an engineer.
Felix Millstone. Nice to see you out of docking bay. Keeping your nose clean?
Yes, ma'am. Been at least a couple weeks since my last nose-related incident.
Uh-huh. I'm glad to see you in a captain's custody. Just try not to steal any critical parts from my ship.
It's possible I got caught lifting some spare parts a couple years back, but it was only just that one time. Honest.
I tell you to stay out of trouble, but I know you'll find it anyway. Whatever you do, just make sure I don't find out.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Bon bah j'ai bien fait de l'emmener, du coup au moins je sais que c'est un poissard.
Maybe.
C&E worst. It's not the worst unless it's worst.
Are you listening to me? I'm you can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Finley.
I am not making a scene.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter, Captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
J'ai des trucs à cheveux? Ah non, j'en ai pas. Ok. Tout va bien. Bon bah voilà, on a bien avancé. Il est bien sympa ce petit jeu, du coup on y reviendra. Si ça vous plaît, n'hésitez pas à le dire. Je le continuerai en live, sinon je finirai en privé. Mais donc voilà. Moi je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. N'oubliez pas de follow la chaîne si c'est pas déjà fait. Et puis voilà. Et si vous voulez voir les lives, il y a tous les lives qui sont disponibles en replay depuis le début de la chaîne. Donc il y en a plus de 1000. Maintenant, ça commence à faire beaucoup. Sur la chaîne YouTube, qui a le même nom. Et si vous avez envie d'autre chose que du jeu vidéo, vous intéressez un petit peu à la vie en van, à l'aventure sur la route, j'ai ma chaîne principale où je monte des vidéos IRL avec mes galères en van. Ouais, je vous rassure, il n'y a pas que des galères, hein, il y a aussi des super beaux endroits. Donc voilà, à travers la France, à travers l'Europe. Voilà. Et ben je vous souhaite une bonne soirée et je vous dis peut-être pas à demain, mais à dans pas longtemps, parce que demain c'est le jour de l'an et pour une fois je vais le fêter. Donc voilà. Allez, bonne soirée, ciao.